What's going on?
Yeah.
How are you?
Very well, mate. How are you?
I'm doing very well, mate. If I may.
Mate.
If I may call you mate.
Sure.
You're on a little break. You guys haven't toured in a little while.
Yeah, we haven't toured for about 3 or 4 years, but, you know, I want to take some time off and do the right thing and,
Right.
you know, just relax and get back into it. And then, you know, it's a suicide to do this, of course, but, you know.
Now, why do you say that?
That's
Suicide.
just really, you know, these days, it's like Warhol was wrong. It wasn't 15 minutes, it's like 5 minutes. You know, you go
do you
away
feel the fame slipping away from you when you're not performing? Do you feel it a big difference in your life and in the reactions to you when you're not performing?
Yeah, a little. I mean, yeah, sure, in different ways. I mean, when you come back from tour, it's a bit strange. I mean, we just done 4 months in Europe and 2 weeks here in California, and then we'll come back into the East Coast. But yeah, you sort of start pacing at about 8 o'clock every night when you finish 2 years of touring and stuff. And people are going, why are you pacing? What are you doing? And you go, oh, yeah, I'm not on tour. That's right. You know.
That seems like a very difficult adjustment. You're playing in front of 100,000 people. And you're in tremendous control.
Okay.
All right, let's say it's a festival to help people who are hungry.
A big bar.
It's a huge bar, but you're playing in front of an enormous amount of people, and then you're sitting at home and you gotta take care of, I mean, you have a family, you have to do regular family things.
Yeah, but that's good. I mean, I like the difference.
Right.
It's the madness of that.
Tougher in the early days, though. I mean, 20 years ago when you guys were first starting out.
Yeah, well, 5 years in the pubs in Australia, they're not like English pubs. They're, you know, tiled, and they hose them out at the end of the night, and it's macho stuff.
That was my job.
Yeah, yeah.
I was the guy at the end of the show.
That was you.
Hose out the tiled pub.
It's dangerous. We're good in a barroom brawl, this band, you know.
Do you recall those days fondly, or do you not barely recall them at all? I mean, when you guys first started out and...
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, we talk about it. You know, you have a million stories, and you talk about it and laugh about it and, you know, cry about it occasionally. And I mean, Australia's a big place, so we used to drive from Sydney down to Melbourne. It's about a 12-hour drive, 6 of us in a car with guitars sticking out the windows, you know, for one show, and then come back again, and you know.
See, wasn't there something, you know, people always romanticize those days as being much more pure than, you know, being sponsored by a beer company and
exactly.
Out and doing, you know.
They were. No, they were. It was much more innocent. It wasn't as much money. I mean, when we started, our record company was in a little shack, you know, and now it's a giant, you know.
Right,
office.
And you helped build that giant office.
That is I go around occasionally and steal furniture.
Right. Any of the favorite stories? Like, same band for 20 years, right?
Yeah, same guy.
Which is extremely unusual.
Since I was about 16 or 17, yeah. It is unusual.
Who annoys you the most in it? Is there someone who annoys you the most that is this close to being thrown out all the time? Always this close?
At last, my chance. Yeah, you know, it changes. In fact, I'm strange. I've realized that I kind of ignored 2 of the members for the last 19 years. I really did. I mean, it's terrible. It's true. I just ignored them, and it's great. That's suddenly I turned around. Hey, you're a pretty good guy. So I've been hanging out with Kirk and Gary a bit more lately.
They must like that.
Yeah,
see, I would think in that band, because you did shoot off into other avenues. You did a lot of acting. You sort of had a bit more of a profile than the other guys. Did that ever present a problem for them when you would go? What? I saw a movie that you did.
Dogs in Space.
Dogs in Space. Yeah. When you went off and did things like that, was that ever difficult for them? They thought, he's leaving us behind.
Yeah. See you. I'm out of here. I don't know. I think it must be in some ways, because I think I was a friend of Andrew's. There's 3 brothers in the band. One of them was Andrew, and I was his friend that was sort of, you know, sulked around the corner, and they kind of indulged me in the beginning. And Kirk was the singer, and I slowly made my way up the little pecking order, and now I just run the show, baby.
So the first night, would you start out on tambourine?
Yeah.
And then one day you thought,
pretty much.
I could take a whirl at this.
I'm really lousy at tambourine, but yeah, pretty much that sort of thing. And we just made my way through. You know?
All right, so we've established that you're the good guy
I'm a
now.
megalomaniac.
No, you're not a megalomaniac, but you're a good guy. I saw your lovely, lovely child in the green room. She's just beautiful.
Yeah, she's great. Tiger. I love Tiger.
Her Tiger, is that her?
We call it, one of her names is Tiger Lily, yeah.
One of her names? How many names does she have?
3, I'm afraid.
What are her
She
names?
can choose one. Heavenly, Hirani, Tiger Lily. Yeah,
okay, I think she might choose Tiger Lily.
Yeah, she'll stick with that. Probably.
Did you say Heavenly?
Yeah, Heavenly.
It's a good thing she's a girl, because if she was a guy, she'd get her ass kicked.
Yeah, Sue.
Yeah, exactly. They would do something like that. In the days before then, though, here's what I'm interested in, because being a regular guy, comics, first of all, admire rock stars greatly, because we aspire to that.
It's interesting, because I think it's the other way around for me.
Is that true?
Yeah, because because I know a lot of I got a lot of friends in Australia who do stand-up or comics, and they're all, well, not very well. You know, they're all very serious or disturbed, and I think that's how it all comes out. You know, it's a way of dealing with the world, and it's a bit the same for us. You know? So we have that in common.
Yeah, it is similar, but I think what we admire about rock stars is the charisma associated with it. And that we have sort of a theory in the comedy world, and I'm not sure if I can say this, but it is late at night, and that is that the world's worst bass player gets laid more than the best comedian.
Right. You know, you're probably right. Yeah. What can I say?
Because it's rarely at a show where a comic opens up for a band where the groupies are going, wow, man, you're funny.
You are so funny. Where's that bass player?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But when did that get tiring? In the 20-year progression, when did that get tiring? That idea of just, I'm living
the comics opening? Or
no, the decadence. The decadence. The decadence.
I don't know. I've always sort of decadence. I think you have to find your own way through that. You really do. And if you become sort of some cliche sitting around a hotel room, and you know the whole groupie thing, I never got into. You know, it's I don't like all that. I'm an elitist when it comes to decadence. That's what it is.
I'm the exact same way.
Exactly. I know, and we're going to hang out tonight.
give me boxer shorts and a big bowl of
you know what I mean?
Cheetos, and I'm just...
And a pizza and...
Oh, if I had groupies. Oh. You missed an opportunity, mister.
I know, I should have just had your number back then. I could have... No, down that way.
Oh, you love him. He's my short, funny Jewish friend.
He's a funny guy.
Really? We're going to come back with Michael Hutchence. The album is Elegantly Wasted. Give us a call, 1-800... Michael Hutchence of In Excess, and we've got Danielle on the line from Woodmere, Long Island.
Danielle?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you? I wonder if marriage has calmed you down since your earlier days when you first started.
I'm sorry?
If marriage has calmed you down since your earlier days when you first started out.
Did marriage calm you?
Marriage calm me down? No, not really, not at all. Quite
No?
the opposite. Firstly, because I'm not married, I live in sin. No, not really at all. I don't go with all this this thing about, you know, oh, you got a baby and you got married, and that's it, man. Yeah, see ya. We'll just go hang out. But I don't go with all that. It's, you know, the hours are the same. You know, with a baby, and I think you just have to, you know, it doesn't make any difference. I think it just adds to your life, you know, very much. I mean, in the natural process is that I'm actually not that interested in spending every single night of my life till the sun comes up in a bar or whatever. I'm just not as interested in that sort of thing anymore. I still do it occasionally, but it's just not, you know.
Gets a little tired.
The whole life, yeah, it's boring, you know.
Right. Does that answer your question, Danielle?
5
nights a week.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Yeah,
Thank
see?
you.
You got to balance
Thanks for your
it.
call. Yeah.
You know what I'm always curious about on the outside? You watch MTV or VH1, and they go through this huge thing about rock and roll and fashion, and how they're inexplicably tied together.
Linked, yeah.
And I just watch it and think, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. You just see all of a sudden somebody comes out in like leather, kind of like a knight's outfit, and there's loud music, and you go,
that's rock and roll.
Right.
Yeah, well, there is and there isn't. I mean, it's a lot of stuff is taken off the street. It's not so much people in bands. People in bands is possibly the worst dressers in the world. It's the people on the street that are going to the little clubs and stuff. That's where a lot of ideas get taken off the street. That's really where it comes from, I think.
Right, and the fashion. The other thing in the music world, music feuds, the rock feud.
Rock feud.
The big one now, Oasis Blur.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Again, they cut each other up, and it just seems like an incredibly indulgent.
It's very indulgent. Yeah, it's kind of over now because they're just tired of it in England. But I live in London, and boy, yeah, they pit them against each other, and they sell a lot of magazines doing it. Basically.
So it's basically a marketing tool more than anything else. Because you know how we settled it in the old days back in Jersey.
Yeah.
If I may say.
Same in Australia.
Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands.
Do you remember that?
I thought you were going to say. Punch the...
No, Battle of the Bands. You get like 10 bands together. Did you guys ever have to go through that in Australia?
No, never did a battle of bands, sorry.
Never?
Never. Promise.
And then the winner would get like, you know, a mirror with Bon Jovi's picture
a microphone,
on it.
Yeah, a plastic one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, we used to have, not Battle of the Bands, we used to have, I don't know, no Battle of the Bands.
None of that. Is your songwriting more mature now as you've gotten older? I notice a lot of bands as well, they get famous, and then they write the It's Really Hard to Be Famous album.
They lose it one, yeah. This is really tough.
Yeah, exactly. The album where all the songs are like, my life is mine, you can't steal my soul. And you're just like, what the hell happened?
No, that's right, yeah. No, that's right. Well, the problem is, all the angst and stuff, I guess you kind of learn to replace it. You know, you get an older angst or something. You know, you still have passions, and hopefully I do, and things that, you know, I really believe I have to put down into music. I still do. And there's been moments where I haven't, and I know I've been...
Did it come easier in the early days in terms of writing?
Yeah, you know, it's amazing how working in a factory for 12 hours from 5 a.m. and not being able to pay the rent, how many good songs you can write during that process.
And still the inspiration. It's not...
Yeah.
Because I find that when I'm writing comedy now, I have to sit down and really try to bang it out.
Yeah, because you get a pattern, and the problem is you get a habit, and you get tricks, and you have to be wary of your own tricks that you start repeating, and you have to move away from them. You know.
Is this album the best work you guys have done?
I think it's some of our best, definitely. You know, I think it's fresh. It's hard. I mean, when Andrew and I are writing, we did something we haven't done for so long, which is like since we've known since we were at 12. But we just rang each other up and say, okay, weekend here, weekend there, over 9 months. You know, not like here's the month where you have to make the record, here's the record, here's the video, and all that. That's why we had so much time off. You know, and we just, as we wrote it, we recorded it, and we just kept most of it. Most of what's on the record is. First takes and yeah, stuff like that. You know,
wow, so you guys really did,
you know, or
want to get out of the studio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
We were like,
for a second there. Hey, let's go to dinner. We're out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
8 days. So it was good.
We're going to commercial. When we come back, still can we have no? Oh,
no.
All right. I'm sorry. Where to next? Where's the next spot on the tour?
We finished yesterday in Denver, and we're having like 3 weeks off because we've been out there for a while. And we come back and we start, I think, in Chicago. And we'll do the rest of the
well, good luck to you. Thanks for coming on, Michael.
Cheers.
Michael Hutchence, In Excess. We'll be right back after this.